those restrictions on people coming for testing are relaxed beginning on Monday.
You just cannot, under these new rules, lay out and sunbathe anymore.
That didn't sit well with a lot of people here in Volusia County, where the beaches were completely closed. Time hadn't been too kind to the Howey Mansion here in Lake County, but what a difference 5 months can make, turning this space back into quite the place. Just to give you a better idea, the report says out of 100 renter households, only 13 of them are affordable. This is the latest twist in a case that has gone on for months and has added subplot after subplot. Even the welcome sign here at Seminole High School got vandalized. I'd move and show it to you, but there's something behind me and I can't. The owners here at Epic's Axe Throwing are banking on the fact that people need a way to vent their frustrations, whether that's money, friends, or just the puns your boss wanted you to put in this story.
Hello, how y'all doing?
It's a roadside novelty that's become an essential stop
Why don't you just mark on their pie
for
page?
Lynn Harris and her weekly routine.
I came in for pies.
But she leaves Yalaha Bootlegging Company with something even sweeter.
I'm going to go ahead and ring you up for the large pie.
A taste of success in a bottle labeled hand sanitizer.
And it's the only place we can find it.
Put it in the still, it'll be cooking tomorrow.
The most unlikely brewmaster of this hot commodity
Said it was sugar, yeast, and blueberries.
is Doug McCormick,
We've got alcohol right here, and a lot of
whose pride bubbles over
hand sanitizer waiting to happen right here.
with each bottle he's produced.
We're selling out every day.
On a regular day,
We'd stir the mash and keep it going, and then I'd taste it. Ooh, it's ready to go. What'll make you pucker up?
his distillery focuses on making award-winning moonshine, not hand sanitizer.
It's actually the same thing.
But then he got an email 3 weeks ago from the federal government's Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau asking for his help, even if it is just a 50-gallon distillery operation.
And no, that would not even been a remote possibility when I started this business would I be making hand sanitizer.
He's bottled about 20 gallons of his disinfectant, with phone calls coming in from all over.
We're trying to help out the fire departments and local police departments. And the list is huge, to be honest with you. It really is.
And he plans to keep doing that
When I taste it, and it tastes sour, it's ready to go.
as long as people need it.
We have time for happy hour later, folks. We need to be safe first.
And you're all set.
In Lake County, Clay LePard,
Enjoy.
Getting Results, News 6.
Oh my God.
K6, we got a plane in the water here on the beach.
This was not how Dick Gooseman imagined he would be welcomed as a new resident to Central Florida.
Actually, we were moving down here. That was the reason for coming down.
In his new home in the Villages, Dick Gooseman vividly remembers how his 3-hour flight from South Carolina to Volusia County was cut 10 minutes short.
A couple of seconds later, the engine just stopped. No decision to be made. It was going to go in the water.
This pilot with 30 years of experience passed the most important test of his life.
So, you know, you talk about panic. It was panic for about an instant, but not much more.
Except there was one more.
The plane was filling up with water. Then the panic started. I got to the point where I thought I was going to go down, sink and drown after I'd made a successful crash.
So you were more nervous when it came to the plane in the water as opposed to landing the plane?
Not the engine stopping. It was the water, filling up with water and sinking is enough to put panic in anybody.
What happened next, he calls anger.
I think I just wanted to break that plane.
Others call it survival. But Gooseman's leg went through a window and he escaped,
So I was on my own and suddenly I wasn't.
where he was greeted by 2 Volusia County lifeguards.
When I saw the lifeguards, I said, oh my God. And, you know, it was certainly a relief to see them. I had no expectation of seeing them.
Gooseman was taken to the hospital and ended up getting released hours later with only a few scrapes and cuts, something he and his family will gladly accept, given what could have been.
It scares me because if I'd made the beach, I wouldn't be here talking to you.
For 10 years, Don Brilliard has captured some of Florida's most elusive residents. But a recent kayaking trip in the Ocala National Forest showed him something he'd never seen before.
My wife spotted a small white dot in the sky.
This video he shot shows a speckle in the sky
I've never seen anything like that.
that looked out of place.
I mean, we had no idea what it was.
Even with his camera zoomed all the way in, this was as clear a look Brilliard could get.
That's when we contacted Channel 6. From there, the mystery began.
Which led us into a long email thread with companies and government agencies like the U.S. Forest Service, the National Weather Service, even the FAA, all unaware of who owned this balloon and what it was doing in Central Florida. After 3 weeks of investigating, a breakthrough when we realized maybe this balloon was higher off the ground than we thought. Much higher. Turns out Loon told us the balloon is likely theirs. You know them because they share the same parent company as Google. Since 2013, the company has launched a network of balloons like this one, traveling on the edge of space, twice as high as commercial airplanes, to help people in underserved areas get internet access. In short, Loon works with cell phone providers to expand their reach. Usually, they're stationed over South America and Africa, but a representative told us the wind can sometimes blow them over the continental United States and Central Florida, like it did last month. There's no age requirement for becoming an entrepreneur, and if there was, don't tell 10-year-old Samaj Washington and his 12-year-old brother Sion. They've created an athletic clothing line, Strength to the Second Power.
This is what we use for the shirts on the inside.
So we sew it down, then we have to press it, and then we sew the top and the bottom down, then we send it off.
They're already shipping across the country.
I got it.
But there's another driving force behind each stitch, each sleeve, and each shirt.
We want to make our own money and help my mom pay bills and stuff.
Their father, Surrey Washington, died in a car accident in 2013 as the boys wrapped up their first day of baseball tryouts.
That was a traumatic thing for me, but they were always like very motivational to each other. It's been an emotional roller coaster, one, to see them doing this, and then knowing why they started doing this, it's been up and down for me.
I feel like he'll be proud of us.
The loss of a loved one can be handled in many different ways. These boys have traded in their tears for new threads.
We are aiming to get bigger than Nike.
A way for their father's spirit to live on.
We're gonna pass it on to our kids.
In Orange County, Clay LePard, News 6.